Another one from Mr. Big today, and Paul Gilbert is, you know, he's so difficult to mimic, and I'm not even talking about his fast stuff, his speed picking. He was one of the, I suppose, the early shredders, and he was such a young guy as well, you know, with Racer X and everything, and all that stuff is incredibly difficult to play. But this song, you wouldn't think, if you're familiar with the band, you're familiar with the song Take Cover, you wouldn't necessarily think, oh, this is a tough one, but it's really hard. And it's hard left hand, hard right hand. So there is tabs down below if you do pick them up. Thank you very much. It does help the channel. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about why I think it's challenging and how you might approach the different parts. I'm assuming that you are looking at the tab and that you did pick it up. All right, we are in standard tuning. Let's start with that intro riff. All right, just a note on the composition of this song as well. That's one of the most interesting things. So we're going to look at the parts today, and there's really not many parts in it. And if you listen to the guitar part on its own, it's really, really boring. There's just nothing going on. But the interest in what's happening with the bass underneath. Okay, so when you've got the guitar part sort of that kind of thing, and the bass is like so they're outlining the chords of an E major, the E major key, so A major, B major, C sharp minor, up to E major. So Billy is outlining out on the bass while Paul is just doing that riff, that sort of verse riff. So, you know, the way they work together is really, really great. And again, that's what happens in the chorus. You can hear that riff Paul Gilbert's doing on his own. It doesn't sound like anything, but it only works when you've got the bass at the same time. And that's, I think, really interesting compositionally. So a super tough song. Let's have a look. Okay, I was lucky to find a version on YouTube that didn't have the guitar. I think they used AI or whatever to remove it, but did a pretty decent job. And it's always harder when you do that. When you're playing along with something, you can hear the original underneath, and it kind of, you know, it hides any mistakes or any sort of imperfections you might have. So when you got to do the original parts, it's a lot harder, I find, which is good, right? Okay, so the song starts, of course, with the drum groove, and then we have that guitar riff. Now, there's a variation on that, which is the chorus of the song. There really only, I suppose, a couple of parts in the whole song. But this one is based on a pedal tone. What I mean by that is your high E string is always open, and on the B string, you're playing around the E major scale. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so the E major scale, again, the high E is open and I'm fretting the B string. Okay, those sorts of things there. So the first part there, he's going to slide in. Sliding in on the fretted note, which is the B, 10 up to 12 or A up to B, but the E string is high. Now that is actually, for me, it's really hard because the string, the high E is right next to it, and you're so used to muting that E string because usually you don't want it to ring out, but now you want it to ring out, so you really have to arch your finger up, but then your fingernail kind of gets stuck on the frets. I actually found it easier to play on the G string, same notes, if you move it up. That way you can mute the B string with the bottom part of your finger, and it's easier to have the E string open. Paul doesn't do it that way, so I ended up trying to do it the way he does. But that's really what you need to look out for. So you got stuck there. Okay, so there's some things to look out for on that intro riff. Okay, so that's tricky. That's left hand tricky. Okay, so now we get to the verse, and the verse to me is really, really difficult. And your left hand's not even doing a thing. It is just fretting these notes. Okay, C sharp, F sharp, open B, open E, or 11 11 0 0. Okay, the reason it's hard is the picking pattern. So have a look at the right hand here. Okay, really slow. Okay, in the tab I've got again the down ups and those sorts of things. That is it. Now, what I had to do is, and I pick it a tiny bit differently. There's one different part in the video clip. You can actually see Paul Gilbert playing it, and he does 2 upstrokes in a row. So just a freaky guy. So when, some people, a technique is really easy for them, just for whatever reason, it's hard for you, and there might be something vice versa. Well, this is one of those things. So I did a slightly different, I think easier on picking. You can use 2 downstrokes in a row, and it's easier when you're coming back. But anyway, that is that part. Now, to try and get it at speed, not only at speed, because that's hard enough, but play it for the whole verse, stamina-wise, I had to practice it a lot. And when I recorded it, look, I'll be honest, I did a couple of takes punching in to get through the verse, because your right hand just gets really tired. All right, so we're looking at something like this. Okay, now it's quite fast. Palm muting, the whole thing, just a little bit less palm mute. You can hear that high E a little bit. I used a fixed bridge. I mean, this guitar is beautiful, but I used a fixed bridge. For my right hand, anything floating, I find it very hard to palm mute across a bunch of strings. So it was a lot easier to use, a fixed bridge guitar on this one. Okay, so that's some thoughts on the verse. Next by chorus. Chorus is a variation on the intro, just ever so slightly different notes, but it's the same idea. You've got the pedal tone, high E string ringing out, and you're fretting the B there. Okay, the one riff coming out of the chorus goes like this. You're thinking, again, the notes of E major or C sharp minor pentatonic. Nothing too tricky there. The timing wise is kind of got squeezing 5 beats into 4. Not a triplet, but it's a real feel thing there. But the notes aren't tricky. This one I slide up with my 3rd finger, because then I can keep it in mind when I do the last chord, which is a power chord, but the 2 strings are open. So doing it that way, your 3rd finger is already there. Again, watch that when you're looking at the tab. Okay, the only other part is the guitar solo. Same idea as that intro riff and chorus riff. You've got the high E string, which is your pedal tone, and you're playing the E major scale. That sort of thing. Second time. Last chord. Really nice. C7 sus4. C minor 7, C sharp rather, sorry. You might know C sharp minor that way. Just put your pinky on there, 11th fret G string. Beautiful voicing. Starting with an upstroke. Slide down there. And that's kind of it. Take cover from Mr. Big. Paul Gilbert again. Doesn't sound like a difficult song, but it's really, really hard. Good luck. See you next time.